Here we are in Hockeytown, USA, where the St.Cloud Sirens will take on the Montreal Maple Syrups in both of their first matches here in Season 1. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Darth. We'll see how this one goes. Take a look at the rosters for both these teams here tonight. The Montreal Maple Syrups got all 7 almost brand new players. 5 out of the 7 have never played in professional SPL or EUSL or OSL. Darth, Dave, and Papa Nut, Rick, and Charles are going to be your starting lineup for Montreal. They'll be on the left side of your screen wearing their orange and white jerseys, taking their inaugural debut here down on the ice. Rick coming out from the Hanover Hamhoggers as he was the captain here this season in the intermediate division. Captain his boys pretty hard, pretty well. Very difficult team to play against, very hard hitting with the stick. I can say all those things from a personal standpoint, because I had to play him a couple times. And he's a menace back between the pipes. We'll see if he plays the defensive role or if he's more on the goal-scoring side of the ice. That's up for debate here tonight. For the St. Cloud Storm, everybody's played in SPL at least once in their life. Raid playing a long time ago in Season number 1. For the Kansas City Snipers, won the Softest Hands Award in the Open Division that season. Had the most goals out of the regular season, out of the entire Open Division, which I think at the time was 28 teams. J-Man playing for the Hot Springs Red Hots and the Hot Springs Hot Doritos here this last season in the Western and Intermediate divisions. Sorry, my brain died on me. Lazura, Berm, Delu, all of them kind of hanging out, feeling it out, going to town, winning the Intermediate Championship here this season. They'll be in Challenger next season, but for the time being, they still wear the green shields on their sleeves. Delu, Berm, Lazura, all putting their money where their mouth is and coming out in a big way. Take a look at our odd shot players to watch tonight. My guy from Montreal is not here. Wizred, I think, will be the hardest hitting player from the Montreal side of the ice. I could be entirely wrong there. But played for the Edmonton Beauties this last season alongside of a fateful other one. I can't remember the name of him specifically, but either way, he was my player to watch. Will not be on the ice here tonight, but an aforementioned thought. Delu, captain, I think, of the Kingpins, played a great season with them in IM, found himself a chip to show for it. One of the first intermediate chips, I think, ever. We've never really gone through a full playoff fixture outside of the Pro Division, except for Season 8 here in SPL. So, congratulations once again to the Kingpins. Berm is the captain. That's right. D-Bon's on the ball, fact-checking me for this one. But Delu put up some good points. 95 points in the regular season for the Kingpins in the intermediate division. Got a lot of sets to talk about. Got a lot of talent on the ice. We'll see if he can find the back of the net a couple times here tonight. They're still warming up at a pub right now. Word from their force captain, Delu. But we'll see what he's got in his back wallet for us here tonight. I'm excited for this matchup. It's going to be a hefty one. It's going to be a hard shot one. Montreal Maple Syrups, I think 3 of their 4 starters tonight making their professional slapshot debut here this afternoon. St. Cloud Storm, all of them have a little SPL experience under their belt. But Wizard not playing tonight. It's Darth, Dave, and Charles, Papa Nut, and Rick, your starting lineup for the Montreal Maple Syrups. And for the St. Cloud Sirens, we're still awaiting. But for those of you this is your first broadcast tuning into the SPL Extras, my name is Darth, founder of the SPL Network. So that's the brand I'm using because that's the graphics I spent hours making. Yeah, this is a little extra something we're doing. Season 8 ended technically officially on the 12th a few days ago, and so this is an off-season tour, or not really a tournament. Technically a tournament. It's like a mini league. We're playing 3 weeks of regular season hockey. Top 4 teams out of our total of 6 will make the playoffs, and then during week number 4, maybe even going into week number 5, they will play playoffs. Everything's a best of 3. Championships best of 5. We'll see how they rock with it, how they lean with it, and see how they go. I'm just checking a few pings, making sure there's nothing urgent. I haven't checked my Discord in about an hour, and there's 9 red dots for me to look at. I'm really nervous that some of them aren't great things, and I'm really nervous that some of them maybe not. I don't know. We're part of the open up the present mentality. Delu going all in on the Sirens. Lazura says the same, and that might be a little troubling. We might have a little Atlanta Falcon magic on our hands here tonight. but we'll see if he throws or not. 10 players in the lobby. Lazura, Raid, Jamie, and Berm, Dilute for the St. Cloud Sirens. 5 on the roster, 5 in the lobby. Everybody wanting to win here tonight. St. Cloud Sirens, Michigan Mallards technically are 2 favorites to win the Cup, going off of our SPL experts' inside data breach. Dilute definitely going to be a starter for the Sirens, and see what the rest of they got to work for it. But no matter who starts for the St. Cloud Sirens, this is still a figure-it-out week. Everybody's got at least one game to play against their opponents. Everybody plays everybody at least. They only play each other once. There's no at least. But everybody plays everybody once in the regular season. Whoever has the top 4 records will move into the off-season. Or the postseason, technically. And the other 2 will move into the off-season. It looks like it's going to be Lazura, Raid, J-Man, and Delu. It's a start for the St. Cloud Sirens for the Montreal Maple Syrups. It's Charles, Darth David, and Papa Nut. With I'm assuming it's going to be Rick as goaltender. That's where I would put him if I was the captain. That's where his, I think, skill profits the most in his game. That's just coming from a guy that played him twice in the regular season and casted like a game or 2. Burn wouldn't make a decision, so I took an executive action, says Lazura. But, yeah, once Lazura readies up, we'll get this one down on the ice for the first period. All right, with everybody ready to rock, ready to roll. 8 in the lobby, 8 with a check mark. We'll get this one down on the ice here momentarily. We play every period on the Jumbo Arena. Every game has a 10-goal mercy roll, and every game is 3 periods each. Puck is dropped. The game is on. St. Cloud Sirens on the right side of your screen. Montreal Maple Syrups on the left side, attacking to the right. We'll get this one underway. Rick towards that top side from the Hanover Ham Hoggers. Going to take his talents for Montreal here this season. Looking towards that top side of the ice, across the grain over to Charles. Charles top side throws it against the wall. Here's Rick with it once more off that backhand, looking for the net, not able to find it. Here's Delu, the captain of the St. Cloud Sirens, using the same abbreviation as the St. Cloud Storm. Just a coincidence. There's no correlation there. Dave, if you're watching, don't take ill will towards him. Ray applies the pressure. Rick tries to persevere off to the near side. Here's Lazura with it, looking for the pole, looking for a weave, looking towards that top side of the ice like it's a donut on Tuesday morning. Charles top side finds Rick. Rick taking this one downtown. Delu picks up the loose bagel, looks to make a donut out of it. I don't think you can, but I'm going to in my head canon you can. Lazura directs that one wide of the net. Off that backhand, sends this one down the near side lane, goes off Raid. Raid down low, off the forehand, not able to get that one off the point. Rick keeping him out to the near side wall. Charles with it now back behind his own goal line, looking for a little handle back at the far side corner for the boys in orange. J-Man backhand, looking for Delu. Delu at the right line, shooting. Nice save by Charles. Goes down to Lazura, looking for the shot, not able to find a release. Goes off the post near side, popping up. Charles, Lazura towards the top side, looks for the wraparound. Not able to find it, shooting. This one out of the zone. Rick just wide off the far side of the St. Cloud cage. And just like that, we already have 2 shots. Looking for a goal. Nobody with one yet. Charles gets this one out of the zone. Lazura gets a piece of it. Going off towards the top side. Here's Delu with it now. Goes off Darth David. Handled over to Raid. Raid topside. J-Man with a shot. An empty 4x6 in front of him and nobody there to set the plate. Darth David. Good stick check. Delu sends this one back to Lazura. Lazura 3-13. Remaining in the first. Here's J-Man. Charles for Montreal. Looking to dance out the opposition. Good touch there by Delu. Goes over to David. David down towards that near side. Chops this one off the forehand. Lazura takes it away. Shooting. Goes off a few bodies over to J-Man. Swing and a miss. Goes off Raid. Nice save by Charles. So that one goes out to the far side corner. Darth David comes back for it off the back end. Lazura off the forehand. Goes over to J-Man. Shooting off the side of the cage. Brought out off the top of the sticks. Here's popping it off the back end. Charles with possession. Down the near side. Tries to get a bank pass over towards that near side. Charles off Raid. Raid to the top side, shooting, scoring, and the Sirens are on the board for the first time this season. 1-0. Their 4th shot was a beauty. And they find themselves on the board here in the first. J-Man waltzing it near side. Lazura picking up the loose change, looking to make $1. Raid off the side of the cage, looking for a shot, not able to find the front of the net. Rick keeping that one down low. J-Man to Raid. Raid for the Sirens off the forehand, looking for the wraparound attempt. 3 orange jerseys to make a stop to that play. Raid with one-on-one. Nice stop there by Papa Nut. Goes off J-Man towards the cage, just wide off the far side. J-Man recollecting his thoughts towards the top side. Back out to the point. Lazura off the back end. Looking for a shot in the dark, but not able to find the light switch. Here's Charles with an out. 2:08 to work with here in the first period of action. Sirens up by 1. Wanting to make it 2. Nice stop there by Papa Nut, keeping this one down low. Here's Rick with a forehand try. Not able to get that one past Lazura. Rick off the top side wall. Out to Charles in the neutral zone. Charles here for Montreal. Good stick check there by J-Man from St. Cloud. Here's Raid getting this one down low. DeLu in the slot. J-Man in the neutral, right down the hash marks. Not able to find a way to trot the two-stee. Charles keeping that one wide of the cage, looking towards that top side for a breakout for the Maple Syrups down to the near side. Looking for a handle by Rick. Fights through the opposition. Looks for the empty net. Does not take the shot. A little too hard of a degree for confidence. Charles, forehand shooting. Top side saved by Lazura. Hugging that top side post, keeping that one out. And that one sent out the length. Here's Rick with a chance. Off the back end. Looks for the pull out in front. Nobody giving him anything to work with from the Sirens end. Charles, near side. DeLu with the puck. Top side over to J-Man. J-Man pulling, shooting, scoring. And he makes it 2-0. Way to wait for it. Way to hold it. Way to think about it. And a way to burn it. St. Cloud Sirens up 2-0 here with 1:10 remaining in the first. Rick here with it now. 60 seconds to go in the first. Good stick check there by J-Man. Charles Waltz with the top side. Off the backhand. Lazura pushing him down to the near side. Charles to Rick. Rick on the near side. Trots the red line. Off the backhand pass towards Papa Nut. DeLu there with a chip off the wall. J-Man back down low to Lazura. Lazura backhand feed over to DeLu. Holding, not able to score. Not able to get the puck to work with him. DeLu. Off to Rick. Rick from the Hanover Ham Hoggers, taking his talents to Montreal. Popping out, sends this one down to the near side of Charles. Raid there, fights for it, wins. Off to DeLu, shooting. Off the side of the cage, back down to Raid. Raid with 24 and ticking. Here in the first. From the point, here's DeLu. DeLu looks towards the near side for a pass. He's covered. No, Raid just going to throw it down the washing machine. Scoring off the dome, into the net. Oh, J-Man pulls it out of orbit like he's Flex Armstrong. What a shot. He said this game is mine like he's Charles Manson. And the Sirens lead at 3-0 here in the first with 13 seconds to go. Lazura looking for Raid. One more chance. Backhand shot just wide. And it's the end of the first. 3-0 at the end of one. St. Cloud leads Montreal. If you can believe that. First game for both these teams in the regular season. Both teams want this win. Start off on the right foot. 50 seconds to 47 seconds. Not a whole lot of difference on the board there. I think the slap servers died for me. We're gonna work on this one. We're gonna nerd on it. We're gonna hope for the best. Yeah. I'm gonna have to restart my game. St. Cloud up 3-0 here at the end of the first period. 2 saves for Charles out of the team's 3. Putting on a good show for us on the defensive side. Rick kind of playing more towards the one side. Both teams looking to get her done here in the second. I forgot. I can't use my number pad. What's the password? There it is. But it looks like it's going to be Berm on the ice to start the second period. Lazura on the bench. 8 players ready to rock. 8 players ready to roll. We're back down on the ice here for the second period of action. St. Cloud on the right side. Montreal on the left. The puck is dropped. The game is on, and time once again is underway here tonight in our middle chapter of play. Here's Rick with it now. Top side of Charles. Charles off the back end. Looking for a feed down low. Not a whole lot to work with as he's looking through the window, just trying to find something to look at. Charles fighting for it, tooth and nail down the near side, back out to the point, finds his way over to Rick. Rick here trying to get this one through the opposition, chalks that one topside. Duluth back against the grain. Darth David getting a piece of that one, keeping it out of the hands of Raid. Raid over to J-Man. J-Man slapped away by Charles. Charles tries to trot Toosty towards that top side for the Maple Syrups, banks it off the glass, throws this one out to Duluth with a good takeaway for the St. Cloud Sirens, goes past Raid on the dump down. Charles, off the back of his own cage, looking for a little prospering steps towards the top side. Raid finds the puck back in his favor, off the backhand, not able to take that one out under his own volition. Here's Charles. Charles might have had a panhandle there if he elevated. Raid, Duluth, down low for the Sirens. Here's Charles with the step. Looking back towards that top side of the ice. 4 minutes to go here in the second period of action. Raid trying to find a way through the aisles. Duluth looking for the shot, not able to get through the traffic. Nice try there by Raid, but not able to find a fortunate bounce there neither. Berm with his first shot attempt of the season. Duluth with a chance. Top side gets this one down low to Raid. Darth David off the forehand. Out to Duluth. Duluth off the backhand. Stopped by David. He's going to chop this one off the forehand. That one's out the full length. Here's Duluth with it now for the St. Cloud Sirens. A forehand shot stopped through the neutral zone. Thrown back over to Duluth. Here's Berm. Berm the top side. The captain of the Hanover Ham Hoggers looking to get this one through. Or maybe it's no wait. He's the captain of the Kingpins. Yeah, never mind. I got my teams confused. Popping out with a chance, not able to hit the empty 4x6 in front of him. Good back check there by Duluth, keeping that chance from even coming across. David looking for the shot. Stopped by Duluth prematurely at the hash marks. Popping up, getting this one down low. Pulls that one off the backhand for Montreal. Back over to Charles. Darth David, top side. Raid getting a piece of this one. Looking to fight for it on the far side wall. Berm. Poppinut goes off to the near side. After this one is Rick. Rick here for the Montreal Maple Syrups with 2:52 to go here in the second period of action. Rick looking to get the step on him off that backhand. Stopped by Raid. Poppinut looking for a little handle off that backhand. Looking for the pocket with the hip. Not able to get the puck to simmer down. Poppinut down to the near side. With 2:38 to go. Reverse to the top side. Raid challenging him. Berm as well. Finds Rick at the blue line. Shooting. I save by Duluth. And the first call to arms. There's a good one for that man back between the pipes. Berm off the back end. Stopped by Rick. Finds the puck out to the far side point. J-Man shooting, scoring off the near side, puts it in, and it's 4-0. The first hat trick of the season scored by the St. Cloud Storm's very own J-Man with a rocketing shot off the forehand. He's going to have to redo his tape job as the grip tape just melts it off after that one. 2:20 to go here in the second. And the Sirens lead at 4-0. Duluth to J-Man. J-Man sent back down to the near side. After this one is Duluth. Off the backhand, sent down the near side straight over to Raid. Backhand shooting. Nice stop there by the net itself, making an appearance tonight. Duluth out and across the crease. Good stop there by Charles. Berm pulling, not able to get the shot off. Poppinut pressurizing him on the far side of the crease. Charles off the backhand, slapped away by Raid. Back to the point. J-Man trying to walk with that one off the backhand pocket. Rick takes it away for the Montreal Maple Syrups. Off the forehand, finds his way back out to the blue line. Berm slapped away by Charles to Rick. Rick here with it now, topside point, shooting off the far side and wide. Raid coming back for this one off the back end. Poppinut keeps this one low for Montreal. Here's J-Man with it now for St. Cloud. Minute 35 to go here in the second. We're still 4-0 on the board. Rick with a good stop. Chopped away by Duluth. Finds J-Man back to Berm. Berm leans his way down to the near side. Looks to fake out Poppinut off that forehand. Goes over to Raid. Raid at the red line. Stopped by David. Duluth gets a piece of it. Not able to get enough to put the cheese on the cracker. Shooting off the near side. And Charles having to think about that one as he closes his eyes tonight. Raid keeps a piece of it down to the near side corner. Charles looking for a handle. Shooting. Long distance shot. And he finds a goal. And it's 5-0. And that is a defeating feeling. You work, and you work some more, and the paycheck comes in, and it turns out the government took everything but 50 cents for your lunch tomorrow. 5-0. St. Cloud find themselves on the board yet again with a long-distance shot in a challenger moment for sure. The St. Cloud Storm have controlled this game immensely here tonight, and the scoreboard shows that the stat line's not as much, but still there. Their defense has been perfect, and we'll see if I jinxed them. Poppinut off the backhand. J-Man, good control towards that top side. Cross the red, cross the blue. Down low against the goal line. Bray just pushes it in off the forehead. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how to think about that one. Don't know how to feel about it, but it sure did happen. In the St. Cloud Storm, now up 6-0. "30 seconds to go. Ray just shovels it in. The sheer audacity. The physicality, the W button. I guess it's not really. He probably plays controller. The upright 90. 30 seconds to go, 7-0. And this one might not be comebackable. The highest scoring game from a single team so far this season in SPLe. See what they got. Anything else in their back wallet. 10 goal is the mercy roll. We'll see if we hit it. J-Man whipping this one over to DeLu. 10 seconds to go. DeLu down near side, finding his way over to J-Man. J-Man forehand back to the point. DeLu looking to keep the cycle alive towards that top side over to Berm. Berm will hold on to it, and that's the end of the second. 7-0. Sirens lead it over the Maple Serps here at the end of 2. Both teams putting a lot of pressure on, seeing if the defense cracks. So far, St. Cloud have found 7 cracks to walk through. We'll see what they got here for the last one. Liz Rudd taking a step onto the ice for the Montreal Maple Serps here tonight. We'll see what he's got. Can he bring his team back? Will the St. Cloud Sirens prevail in a match like this? That much and more. Coming up next. Montreal, David off the ice. Wizrud on. St. Cloud, we got Lazura finishing the game as he started. And Berm sitting on the bench. 8 ready to rock, 8 ready to roll. We're back down on the ice. Montreal left side. St. Cloud on the right. Here to start this third and final period of action. The puck is dropped. The game is on. And time once again is underway. Wizrud playing in the Challenger Division for, I think, 4 games. Found himself a couple sinking ships to try to get a piece of the pile. And we'll see what he's got here tonight. Wizrud down the near side. Raid trying to push him back northways for the St. Cloud Sirens. Wizrud just taking the puck under his own volition. It's 4v4 slap shot. I don't know if single man's worth of talent is going to be able to save a game like he can in 3s. And immediately, Raid finding another goal to his cause. Throwing another chalk on the scoreboard to the man with a double D. I don't think that's quite how I wanted it to come out, but it sure was English. 8-0, St. Cloud in the lead. J-Man looking for a chop towards the cage. Hits Rick along the way. Ready towards the near side, looking to find his way through the tunnel. Here's Charles with it now towards that top side, looking for a leading pass over to Rick. Rick retains possession for Montreal. Back over to Charles. Charles in danger against Raid. Forehand pass top side for St. Cloud. Goes off of Rick out of the zone. Lazura, the first man back foot for the boys in blue. Wizrud getting a few stick checks on the opposition. Trying to find possession near side. Looking for the wraparound. Popinut shooting into the near side corner. Does not have that forehand. If he was the other hand, that was a goal. Would have had that backhand angle. Instead, he was on the forehand. Lazura gets past 2. Good stick check by Rick. Leaving that one for Charles. Here's Lazura with the takeaway. Looking to make the most of it. Charles topside, trying to get past the loot. Hits a brick wall as he slaps that one back into the neutral zone, and J-Man keeps it going north. Raid down to the near side, finds Lazura. Lazura breaking down into the corner. Pops this one out to the point, but nobody home in a blue jersey to take it away. Good stick check by J-Man, getting to the puck first. Charles with better body position. Here's Wizrud with it now, down along the old line, out to Rick. Rick with it, taking shooting. Nice stop by the post himself. St. Cloud, goaltender's best friend, showing up here tonight. Lazura, 3:16 to go here in the third. Rick here with it now, backhand, down low. Lazura getting a piece out in front, goes off, popping up top side. J-Man having the better body position, sends his way down to the near side. Charles stopping it at his own blue line. Chops that one through the neutral zone. Wizrud there, retreating this one back to the defensive side. Here's popping up with an now. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the third period of action. 8-0 still our score. Sirens having the lead by a decent amount. Ray looking to make it 9. Not able to find the back of the cage. Here's J-Man. Waltzing that one top side. Popinut getting a piece of that one. Lazura here with it now back at his own, or towards the offensive blue line, bringing this one back through the neutral zone, back over to DeLu to hand deliver. Shooting, hits the post, comes out in front. Popinut getting a piece of it. I think he was awarded the save, even though I don't know if he was really empty net shooting. Rick walks it in. The first goal for the Montreal Maple Serps this season, coming to the hands of a great layup for an easy goal. They're down by 7. They got something to talk about before this one's over. DeLu looking for some mail to deliver on the far side. Wizrud shutting him down at the gate. Here's J-Man with the puck. Wizrud back over to Charles. Charles off the forehand. J-Man getting a piece. Goes over to the top side, and that was swung off the backhand by Popinut. Raid, the first man to for St. Cloud, back over to DeLu. DeLu off the back, goes over to Raid. Raid off the backhand. Look for the shot. Goes wide off the near side to the top side corner. Lazura to DeLu. From the hip finds Rick. Wizrud. DeLu. Good stop there. Goes through the traffic over to Wizard, shooting forehand and wide. Right here, back down low behind his own goal line, top side to get this one out of the zone. Charles here with it now with a minute 48 to work with and 7 goals to make up. Towards the cage, and Lazura finds himself a tally. 9-1 St. Cloud. First team to hit the 12th shot total this season, and they lead because of it. The offense generated from this hockey club here tonight, unmatched so far this season. Right, Duluth getting this one back down low to Charles. Charles with a forehand shot goes off J-Man. Here's Charles shooting, and that's barely wide off the near side. Rick keeps the cycle alive. Duluth with a great takeaway, taking this one down the near side. Pulling this one out to Wizard. Forehand shot goes off, popping it to the far side corner. Lazur for a handle. Goes off, popping it back out to the point. Charles, Rick down near side. Wizard here pulling this one off the back end. Minute 10 to go here in the third period of action. 9-1 is our score. Wizard faking him out, trying to sell him something he's not even buying. Right, shooting, goes off the near side, and J-Man almost had his first deflection goal here this season. J-Man back in, stopped by Rick, going back down to the near side for a walk around town. Here's Charles with it now with 48 seconds to go here in the third. Lazura gets a piece, but it was not enough. Duluth keeps this one down low for the boys in blue. Lazura, Duluth out in front, just wide, off the post. Ray shoots it off the hip and in. Coming from downtown, flew in from Arkansas to say hello on that play. Finds the St. Cloud Sirens up 10-1. And that might just do it. They put on a show, they put on a clinic. And the St. Cloud Sirens showing us that they're a favor here in this season of SPLe. Duluth, Wizard, backhand, out in front. Nice stop there by Lazar. Shooting, and there she goes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the ball game. Lazura putting the final nail in the coffin specifically. And that will do it. Not the start of the season that the Montreal Maple Syrups wanted, but it's the one they got, and it's one they'll have to think about. 1-11. A defeating loss. A humbling moment. St. Cloud Sirens might have an ego after this one. It's got to be said, got to be noted. They're going to be walking into the next week thinking they're all that in a bag of Cheetos. And whether or not they are, I mean, that's for them to figure out later on. But St. Cloud Sirens, only game this week. So they'll be walking into they play the Quebec Power later on this week. So hopefully, I think it's on Friday, now that I think about it. But hopefully, we'll see what happens. I don't know. That's a big difference on the board. But, of course, Montreal Maple Syrups played a great third period. Did not have Wizard to start the game. David making his professional slap shot debut alongside a lot of his co-mates down there on the ice. I don't think I've ever seen Charles play. I feel like I've seen Papa Nut around. I could be very wrong in saying that he's played at least a season somewhere in the past. I've definitely seen his name before. I might just be thinking back on like the sign-up sheet. But Papa Nut, Charles, Darth David, all making their professional slapshot debut here tonight. Got a few points on the board from their respective sides of the ice. Papa Nut, 2 saves out of the team's 4. Charles with the other 2. And St. Cloud only needed to make 2 saves to win this one. Duluth with 1, Lazura with the other. And a double hattie from Ray, looking to be the softest hands of this season's SPLe. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. There's just one notch in the belt and a long road ahead of them here in the regular season. We'll see what they got for it at the end of the road. But that's going to do it for me here tonight. That's our third game out of 3. And that's our third result out of the batch. But thank you for tuning in to the SPL Network. My name is Darth. Even though it's unofficial, I like to make it sound like it is. Yeah. M. Charles just played 1 season, and I am yet with the Narcotics. I feel that. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're part of the league. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the sub, Eli. I don't know how my taxes are going to deal with now having income from a second Twitch channel. But that's for my accountant to figure out, also known as me. But that's a later problem. But thanks for tuning in. If you don't have a link to the Discord, DM me. I'll get you one. Or Blades. Blades is always around. We have fixtures, we have stat tracking, we got all the whole 9 yards. Everything SPL does and more, it just doesn't look as pretty. Yeah, we're trying our hand at a few extra stats in this league, seeing if it's at all viable going into maybe a new website for SPL in the main structure. But it's a season to figure it out, and this first week is definitely that for a lot of these 4v4 teams. The first time we're playing 4v4 in North America in about a year and a half, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a hot second, to say the least. Taking a look at the last time signups were open for 2v2 or 4v4 Slapshot was, what is that? July 28th of 2021. So it's been over a year. It's been almost 2 years since we've played 4v4 competitively in the North American Conference region. But excited to see it. Excited to be a part of it. Excited to play our games. We got to play Montreal later on this week. I'm a little scared, not going to lie. Even after that performance, I'm still a little doubtful in our performances in Hot Springs. But later problem as well. Thank you for tuning in to the SPL Network. My name is Darth. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next broadcast. But with that being said, hope you all have a great afternoon, a great evening, and a great night.